All right, guys. Fulu coming to you with another commentary. You know, I mean, the way I look at this situation is that this is just a disclaimer. I am by no means trying to kick someone while they're down or anything like that, or kick someone while they just took a loss. But I just question what they're doing. I just question if they even know or aware of what they're doing and aware of the message that they put out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and basically go go over this, and just decipher what this person says, because it, it gives me a headache to listen to her, but I'm just going to try to make sense of it. Okay. It gives me a headache to listen to them, but I'm going to go ahead and try to make sense of this fiasco. Let me go to the video real quick. Let me see. Let me see real quick. I don't know if I like the video. Let me search for it real quick. Let me see. Okay, let me see.
Not only for myself,
I think this is it.
how I express. If you really cared about me as a sister in Christ, then you would have humbly came to my inbox and said, "Look, Val, I seen that you did this, this, and this, and I would appreciate it if you was to take into consideration that maybe."
No, this isn't it. Hold on, let me see. Let me look for it. I gotta find it real quick. Looking for it. Well, actually, let me look in my history because I watched it earlier. So let me look at the history of the video. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go.
Not gonna work. It's you.
Let me see.
Situation. Talking about. Who knows? But that would be my only question. I'm not saying she's trying to milk the situation. But her money running out. I'm like, what? Bruh. I'm literally like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck poppin'? And she like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want him around my daughter. I don't care. I don't need his help. And I'm like,
so as you see, in the conscious community, it's no different from being outside of the conscious community with these American black people. So, a little bit of a story. Um, you know, there was one guy by the name of Omac who probably would have did right by her, but instead she decided that she wanted to go with this guy who really doesn't have a pot to piss in and have a kid by him. Make a long story short, it ends like every how should I put it, every ghetto fantasy that the mother usually says he ain't shit and stuff like that, and that's the situation we see playing out here. So don't let it fool you with these conscious people, this whole conscious community. They're no different from as if you were in the hood somewhere. It's no different. The only difference is they just use big words and maybe are even more perverted than people who are outside of the conscious community, you know.
What? She like, I don't want him around me. I'm scared of him, and I'm.
Well, I mean, that's one of the methods he uses is fear. He even said that his woman should be afraid of him back in the past. He's like, your woman needs to be afraid of you a little bit. He even went as far as to say that he likes to feel like he can kill his woman. You know, those were his words. Now, granted, I would be afraid of him too if I was her. I mean, the nigga nearly beat me half to death. You know what I mean? So, of course, I would be afraid if I was her. But at the same time, you had a kid by the nigga who doesn't even take care of his other kids. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
Well, what I'm supposed to do with that? I hear Eliana's little voice. She crying and shit. She at a hotel. She flew out to some random place. She can't be around in New Orleans around her dad. And all this other weirdo shit. Like, what? So where my daughter? Like, now you gonna let random people try to help you, and I gotta sit and think about if my daughter is safe.
Well, it's no different from the things that he does. Like whenever he gets in the jam, the first thing he says is, "Oh, can I get some donations? I need donations. We're looking for housing. We're looking for a car." This has happened with everywhere he's got kicked out of. He's always done this. Random people help him out all the time. That's how, as a matter of fact, that's how he really makes his living, is through random people, random supporters. You know what I mean? So I don't know what he's talking about, random people. Like when he's a catalyst for getting help from random people.
Like, and this is the type of shit I gotta deal with, yo. But that's cool. This the weirdo shit, bro. This is the shit I'm talking about, bro. Her irrational ass about to make all these irrational decisions, and I have to sit here and watch her do this with my daughter.
I mean, you don't have to watch her do it. You can tune out. I mean, because when it comes down to it, I mean, you don't take care of any of your other kids, so I don't know why you're so concerned with your daughter. This boggles my mind. You're not really concerned with your other kids, but it's like you just have this undying concern for your daughter for some reason.
And she's reaching out to random fucking people online for help. Like, that's gonna be her living from now on. Like, yeah, okay, so what are you gonna do? Just sit online and ask for help?
Sounds like what you do all day. I mean, all this nigga literally does all day, basically, is sit online and beg, This is all this nigga does all day long. All day long, all this nigga does is stay online. This is all this nigga does. This is all he does. So I don't know why he's talking about her when he does the exact same thing. This is boggling my mind.
Okay,
Okay, so the white people was helping you, that didn't work. I was helping you, that didn't work. The next person that's gonna help you, it's not gonna work. It's you, nigga. Like, shit is crazy, and then I'm hitting her up in the thing from a random page I had to make to say, yo, hit me up. Like, she know how to get in contact with me, man. She don't need help. She know, come on, man. She online right now bugging the fuck out, like, with my daughter and shit, talking about she at a hotel and she don't know if she gonna make it throughout the week and she need help. I try to go to her fucking IG to contact her to see. I'm thinking about my daughter. I don't want him around my daughter. Bitch, that's our daughter.
I digress. With that being said, this is why I've always been on my own. I ran away from home when I was 17. I couldn't do it. Like, I just had... I have to be in a place where I can take care of myself because I'm a very specific person. I have specific needs and I need to be in a specific environment. I'm just a very specific person and I don't mesh well with a lot of energies. A lot of them. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm just gonna be checking the inboxes because, and I'm gonna...
Hold on just a minute. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the page. But as you see, with her, you know, she's up on her high horse too much. And again, this just comes from her not wanting to really do something that I said on my last video that I did called self-criticism, you know, and accountability. But I mean, let's continue. Let's listen to her babble on.
I tell, you know, where I am and stuff like that. Hopefully it's somebody that comes into the inbox that's congruent to where I am because I really need it right now. Like, who I tell, you know, where I am and stuff like that. Hopefully it's somebody that comes into the inbox that's a place where I can take care of myself because I'm a very specific person. I have specific...
Well, the first thing about taking care of yourself, first of all, would be probably to get a source of income, you know, to do that. Now, granted, she thought that she was going to be with the idiot that you heard before you heard her. She thought it was just going to be a happy family. And again, I say, okay, well, this man has this man is basically a walking cart carousel that you decided to ride. I mean, wouldn't you understand from the first 3 kids that he had that he ain't shit? Like, wouldn't you understand that? I mean, wouldn't common sense tell you, well, you know, I shouldn't lay down and have a kid with this guy, judging by his involvement in the lives of his other kids?
Needs, and I need to be in a specific environment. I'm just a very specific person and I don't mesh well with a lot of energy.
And there goes that kind of like jargon, that kind of conscious jargon that, you know, things about energy and all this other stuff. It's all BS, you know, and it's all basically them saying, you know, and this is what all these conscious people that basically they're so weird and they're so out of tune with reality that they don't want to face reality. That's all these words mean, and all these like sayings with energy mean. You know, that's all it means. It means nothing.
guys, really quick, I need to tell you.
My dad passed away. He passed to stop my life. I'm not about to stop and the support and everything like that. But I'm not about me, you know. And I just want to go to the hospital. Like, that's what I want to do right now. Be very selective of who I tell, you know, where I am and stuff like that. Hopefully it's somebody that comes into the inbox that's congruent to where I am, because I really need it right now. Like, I just really what I want to do right now, I really just want.
So now, as you see, she's dry begging. And my thing is this. This woman has a family. Sometimes you need to put your pride aside. Sometimes you need to put your ego aside. And if your family is willing to take you in until you get things together, maybe that would be the best idea. You know, maybe that would be a good idea for you. Is go in with the family, you know. Now, granted, her father just transitioned. Her mother is still available, you know. And so, with that being said, sometimes, you know, that's necessary. But instead, she is out here dry begging for things. And this is what all these conscious people do. Once they leave carbonation, that's all they do. They dry beg. Every single last one of them dry beg. You know, every last one who leaves that nutcase, they dry beg.
To go to the hospital and get Eliana checked out, because this whole thing is just been lingering for 3 days now, and it's concerning me, you know. And I just want to go to the hospital. Like, that's what I want to do right now. Even if I probably could get an Uber now, because everybody, I've seen people send a couple money to the.
So, you know, I really feel bad for the child, because the reality is she is not fit to be a mother. He is not fit to be a father either. You know, that let's be honest. You know, he's not fit to be a father at all. You know, anybody who brings their kids around that nigga needs help. But she's definitely not fit to be a mother. Again, I say, you know, there were a group of women, you know, unfortunately, who decided to put this woman on a pedestal. And they put her on so much of a pedestal that, you know, she thought she could do no wrong. And she just kept on doing wrong. Now, granted, I don't know why those women did that. I don't know why those women didn't, you know, maybe suggest to her that she examine herself and examine her actions. But for whatever reason, they decided not to do that. So now she's in this jam that she's in right now. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that because people are lost in the sauce, they're gonna send her money, you know.
Cash App. But I think that's what I'm about to go do, because that's my first thought. Like, I don't have no other thought but that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like in that kind of position. But yeah, thank you everybody for the gifts and the support and everything like that. But I'm not about to stop my life.
So this is what these conscious people do. Since there's monetary gain to be made on this app called Bingo, what they do is they stay on the app all day. People send them gifts and all types of things, right? And so they stay on the app all day, in hopes of getting these gifts in order for them to cash out the gifts, basically, in which they get.
I'm not about to stop sharing my life with y'all because I don't know. I feel like this is a part of my purpose. This is how I'm supposed to.
So that's another problem with all of these conscious people. All of these hoteps and stuff like that is that they do share their life. They don't know how to keep things private whatsoever. Even with me, I have a platform, you know. I have a social media platform. But I'm not sharing everything in my life. I'm not showing you everything that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? I know there's time that I have to, how should I put it, tune off of it here. You know, I'm not showing you everything that I'm doing. I'm not saying, look at me. I'm not using these big words in order to get some kind of like popularity, you know. And that's the problem with these you know, these hotep people. Now, what she's about to say is really what took me back, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you listening to yourself and what you're saying? Like, please listen to yourself.
Share with you guys the journey. Like, and it's not even about you guys, it's about humanity. Because another thing, when my dad passed away, he passed away at 9 o'clock in the morning. It was the day before the 9th, and his glucose was 333, which equals 9, and then his room number was 504, which equals 9, and then my life path is a number 9, and my oldest sister, his first daughter, is a number 9, and all of those nines is equivalent to Aquarius energy, which is humanitarianism.
Okay, so here you have her again with this whole thing, acting like she's been chosen to give people moral direction. You know, you have her doing this all the time. She's trying to like make people like basically get a following and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, but anybody with common sense is not going to follow a woman who rode not one cock carousel, but 2 cock carousels, have 2 kids from those cock carousels, and then also gave people who maybe really had her best interest the hardest time, and now proclaiming that they're there to lead humanity. Nobody with common sense is going to want to take this example. You know, I really think she should just settle down and stay off of social media. But of course, she's not going to do that, you know. You know, one thing that is obvious is that she shares a lot of similarities to her baby father. One of the main similarities she shares to her baby father is that she can't stay off of this device. You know, she can't stay off of here. She has to be, she likes to hear herself talk, basically. You know what I mean? And so she'll say all types of jargon. Now she's trying to do numerology. And I believe that she said 504 is 9. 504 isn't 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. But let her tell it that equals 9 in her world.
So that is what I set out to do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's what I set out to do. I set out to be that humanitarian.
Did she just like, Did she just like repeat the numbers that she was counting? She said 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then just said 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is that supposed to mean? You know, she's not in any place to be a humanitarian either. She needs to really stop this. And those women who may be still supporting her need to tell her to stop this. You know, tell her to chill out. Tell her to maybe do the right thing.
Worker, that light worker that says.
See, oh God. Why does she have to say things like that? Why do they all have to say things like that? Okay, you can't be a light worker if your life is not reflecting that. I don't get when they do these things. Like, to me, and people are going to be mad at me for saying, but it's a facade. Because the real light worker, like, they're actually chosen for it. They actually did the work, meaning they had training, meaning that they had teachers, meaning that they had to do certain things. You know, the teacher that I had, to be honest, he had to do a lot to get to his station, you know, his high level of God realization. I mean, here's a man who was exiled. Here's a man who was thrown into fire. Here's a man who was deprived of like worldly comforts, meaning food and things like that. So when you talk about light worker, you usually have to be morally upright too. You know, and I'm sorry to say it, but Velvet is not morally upright. You know, we know her track record. You know, so when they do things like that and say things like that, it's like, it's kind of, it's like, who are you going to help if you can't even help yourself? You know, I don't get it.
Like all of that shit Nature Boy say that he doing, that's what I actually live for. That's why I actually went to go live with him and be with him, because he was trying to portray to me that that's what he was doing. I'm actually healing generational curses. I'm actually doing things in my life to unravel, you know, shit that my family did that is not healthy.
So, you went to live with him. Number one, you were drawn by his, you were drawn by what he was saying and things like that. And two, you actually believe that he was a messiah or a messenger. That's what you actually believed. Number two, you're not healing generational curses by being a single mother of two. As a matter of fact, you're increasing those generational curses. You know, these are choices that you made. You know, you decided that you wanted to be with these guys, and, you know, these are the guys that you wanted to be with. So I don't think you're really healing any generational curses. And, you know, of course, her followers are going to disagree with me. Of course, her followers are going to call me all types of names. But, like, At the end of the day, I keep it a spade of spades, Put it this way, if she was doing something like constructive, I would commend her for it. It, you know, but the reality is she really isn't.
Nobody in the world. And I'm not only calling my family out, I'm calling everybody in the world out who have these tendencies. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop sharing that with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like a shelter, if I go to a shelter, I've even contemplated this. If I go to a shelter, it's going to restrict my social media.
There's actually a saying that I read in a book. And granted, I'm not a fan of snakes by any means, but this was a saying in a book. They said that, the easiest way for a snake to grow is to stay under a rock. And that means that it's okay to retreat in order to come back stronger. You know what I mean? And I guess this memo is something that she will never pick up, meaning that she doesn't, meaning that a break from social media would be beneficial, but she doesn't think it would be beneficial, because if she does take a break from social media, then her income, the income that she receives from social media will cease to exist. So this is why she's saying this. What it translates to is that if I don't come on social media, then my bag is not going to be available to me. That's what she is in essence saying.
Y'all see me do Club Velvet, like y'all see me dancing all the time. Y'all know I love to do. Y'all know I love music. A shelter. If I go to a shelter, I've even contemplated dancing all the time. Y'all know I love to do. Y'all shine my personality, because my personality is just like my dad's. Like my dad loved to dance. He loved music. What do y'all see? It's gonna just restrict how I share my life with y'all, and that don't even make sense. Like if it's my purpose to change the world, if it's my purpose to.
But that's the problem. Your purpose isn't to change the world, because what you're doing is basically doing what other modern women are doing, but in the name of consciousness. You're not doing anything that's gonna basically make like, especially black men, drawn to you. You're doing everything that's going to really scare a black man off. You know what I mean? Like, again, carousels, multiple baby daddies, herpes, and all types of other things. Like, what are you really doing that's going to change the world? Like, I'm just being real. You're not doing anything that's changing the world. You're doing things that are basically adding to the statistics that we see among black people in America. So I don't know what I don't know what her angle is, I really don't.
Be that open and that open light, then why get into a situation where it's gonna cover my light up? And it's weird because my dad was the same way. Like, I started to realize after he passed away that my dad.
What's funny is that my teacher, Rahmatullah Alayh, he actually enjoyed solitude. He actually enjoyed quiet. He actually enjoyed periods of meditation. He enjoyed periods of prayer. As a matter of fact, he actually spent one whole year praying, and he stayed away from people for one whole year. He basically ate not even until his stomach's filled. And he drank not even into his stomach's fill. And all he was doing for a year was just saying prayers, saying prayers, saying prayers. Because he did that, he got such a high opening that he was able to define the laws of physics. You know, he was able to break the norms. You know what I mean? But the key word was the solitude. You know, he liked to be away from everybody so he can just be focused on God. So when she talks like this, it's just like, yo, you know, it doesn't really mesh with what I know, what I've been taught.
Have the same tendencies as me, and it's a very big part of my purpose to continue to shine my personality, because my personality is just like my dad's. Like, my dad loved to dance. He loved music. What do y'all see me do? Club Velvet. Like, y'all see me dancing all the time. Y'all know I love to do. Y'all know I love music. You know what I'm saying? We have the same vision as far as like the land and like what we want, and I have yet to even talk about that. But it's just interesting, the connection that me and my dad have. Get over here. Get over here. It's going to bite you. You don't want that to bite you. It's gonna hurt really bad, okay? But yeah, I'm in that part of my life right now, but I'm just not with the shits. I'm not with letting people dim my light. I'm not with people trying to tell me how to live my life. I'm not with people talking about me behind my back. You know what I'm saying? And then making me think that they care about me. I'm not with none of that. Like, I don't have time for none of that. So I'm on my own journey, and I'm gonna continue to share it with y'all, especially off the strength of my dad, just to make sure that y'all see me fulfilled, because my dad really didn't speak on what it was that he wanted. My dad talked to me in private about what he wanted. He told me what he wanted in private, and so that's the same thing that I wanted.
I already know, like, the universe gonna.
So, as you see, this woman needs, you know, I hate to say it, but I am going to say it. This woman needs not only therapy, she needs mental help, you know, especially with the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ensemble that she did. But again, when you have supporters who support these type of people, then they're not going to think that they need help. You know, none of the supporters are going to tell them what is needed, you know.
Make it all pan out for me anyway. Like, I just gotta be patient. Like, I'm gonna just be patient because I already know what's about to happen. Like, I already know how this whole shit gonna end. Like, you feel me? Like, I'ma just be all the way 100 with y'all. Fuck it. We're gonna be all the way 100. We're gonna talk about it. Fuck it. Y'all wanna know what's popping? We just gonna talk about it. Fuck it. I'ma sign in on my other phone. Hold on.
Hold on, let me see.
Like, I gotta vent. My life is online. I want to vent, but it's like I don't.
Quick fun fact. That's not that nigga's hair. That nigga actually got extensions because he really has no hair. You know, just a little side fact.
You watching some nut ass shit happen publicly, yo. Y'all watching some nut ass shit happen publicly, bro. And y'all supporting these people is really supporting her. Like, you can't give a person with a bad mentality money because they gonna do nothing but fuck it off. You wait.
So he's talking about himself. If you don't know, he actually got more than $250,000, and instead of spending that $250,000 on some resources or on something that can make more money, he actually tricked it off on things like dirt bikes, drones. I believe he bought some PlayStations, and also he bought a lot of tents as well. So he's actually talking about himself.
Seen your fucking bread on her. She already had the world handed to her, and she just destroys it. It's Sun Square Pluto, yo. It's a lot of shit on natal chart. I already read all this shit a long time ago to y'all, but it's like.
And that's another thing, of course, with these hoteps is they try to use natal charts to explain why they act a certain way, when the reality is they act a certain way because they want to act a certain way, and it has nothing to do with the natal chart or anything like that. These kind of things never really cease to amaze me, to be honest with you.
I swear to God, if she had my daughter, we wouldn't even be talking. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't even care. Cause that's her nut ass. You feel me? But my daughter attached to it, and it's like, Eliana, I can hear her little voice. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about my daughter. I'm very concerned about my daughter, yo. I got boys, but ain't nothing like having a little girl, bro. And it's like really like I gotta be strong, and
But I mean, the rumors is that he really was not really welcoming to his daughter. Even that's what was told by many people who were there, and the same people who left there. So I don't know why this overall concern for his daughter when he wasn't even concerned with her when she was there.
Public eye, this shit's happening publicly, bro. Like, this shit's happening publicly to me. Like, you feel me? It's a lot of shit that's happened to me publicly. But this right here, bro, this touches me in a different way. It hurts me. I'm hurting. I'm like, that shit fuck with my head. You feel me? Like, I gotta sit, you know what I'm saying? My sons, they mothers, they with their mothers, like, they good, like, you know what I'm saying?
So, as you see, though, he just repeats the cycles, so, the sons being with the mother, but granted, this wouldn't be a good father figure to have around anyway. This would be a bad father figure to have around. But again, chances are his sons are going to be emasculated, and they're going to be even more beta than him, because he claims he's an alpha, but he's far from an alpha. That's why he's doing what he's doing online right now, like basically whining. But a real alpha, he doesn't whine online. He takes that thing on the chin and keeps it moving.
My baby girl. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. Like, and y'all watching this shit, bro. Like, the funniest shit ever is that y'all will support Larry being her father and them being together, but you watching her, like, even if you didn't know the truth, you just watch people for a certain amount of time and the shit start falling out. It's you, nigga. Everywhere you go, it's a problem. Why you ain't just stay with your pops?
Well, I mean, the same could be said about you. Like, you went to, I think, Panama, got kicked out. You went to Costa Rica, got kicked out. Went to Mexico, got kicked out. Went to Nicaragua, got kicked out. Went to Hawaii, even got kicked out. So I mean, it's you as well. It's you too, and you don't seem to realize that it's you.
You left the pops, you went to a program, and then now you went to another place, and you always gonna keep running around, like, destroying your life, destroying everything, and the little girl gotta be with you. Just give her to me. I'm more stable than you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think you're like basically one mistake away from like your whole thing just crumbling down. So I wouldn't even think that you're more stable than her, really.
Send her bread. I'ma send her some money, but it ain't even gonna fucking matter, bro. Like it's this people that she about to engage with. Just having my daughter in different circles around different people.
By the way, he has another herpes breakout, He's definitely having another herpes breakout. You can see it around his mouth a lot.
On some nut ass shit, then you tell the public again. Now you back out in the public, I need help. Bro. Been making money on Vigo. You want Vigo like, fuck. Be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a more fit parent than her.
Not really. I mean, the thing is that if you're not taking care of your sons, and if your mother's sons, or if the mothers of your sons don't really keep you around the kids very often, obviously that says something that you're not a fit parent. So I will have to disagree with you on that, sir, like I do with 99% of everything else that you say.
More stable parent. I'm a more stable parent than her, and I deserve to see my daughter. I had a dream yesterday. I touched her, like I was holding her. We was together, like, and I was with her. You feel me? Like, but right now it's like, yo, to watch this shit publicly and y'all watching it and supporting it, like, yo, I get it. Like, she's in an emergency. Like, I try to reach out to her and everything, and she won't even give you my daughter. Like, she won't even like. You about to have a baby? Where my baby going? Where my daughter gonna be at? While you having that baby, where is my daughter gonna be while you having that baby?
I mean, really, what does it matter? I mean, where was your daughter at when you were having sex with her in front of your daughter? Where was your son at when you were having sex in front of him with his mother? Like, what does it matter? I mean, why would you care when you've done like far more perverted things?
With some strangers now. Like, I don't even know. Like, what's gonna happen to my little girl? You feel me? Like, the fuck? She's sitting there like, in her little voice, and I know Velva be neglecting her. Like, I already know. I know that. People already told me. I know it. I feel it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, every day I gotta think, like, I'm gonna get a call. So now her pop died. That was weird. That was very close. Okay, what's gonna happen next? It's like it's an accident ready to happen and y'all watching it live, bro. Can send her all the money in the world. She already got money. She already had money. That's what you doing with the money, being stupid.
Like him.
I don't wish bad on her, man. What the fuck is you talking about?
He did wish bad on her though before, saying that he wanted to kill her, saying that he hated her and all types of stuff.
She doing fuck shit to herself, and it's like my daughter attached, bro. Like, shit is weird, bro. It's weird. It's weird to just, and it's live. Y'all seen it happen. Like, when she left my life became more peaceful. You seen anybody that following me when Velva was?
Not really. I mean, you still had people almost run up on you. You had like multiple bans on your Bigo, and you've had all types of other things which would lead to not being peaceful.
Yeah, you seen she turned my life upside down. The girl is crazy. So she goes everywhere and does that. Like, and then like she's by herself and she's always blaming everybody else. Like, yo, it's their fault. This person, they.
Yeah, she gets it from you because you blame the trolls, you blame the black woman, and things like that. So she gets those traits from you.
Doing this to me, they did this to me. Everybody always doing something to you. You ain't never did nothing. It ain't never you.
Yeah, you sound exactly like you. It sounds exactly like you. Because he will blame other people, you know, for his mishaps, for doing dumb things. He'll blame other people. That's what he's known to do. You know, so he's actually describing himself.
Ever you. And now it's like, yo, you got my baby girl, she's in a hotel right now, somewhere randomly. You watched her make irrational decisions live. A random nigga that she knew for a week was bathing my daughter live.
I mean, well, let's talk about you. I mean, you were around, unfortunately, idiot women brought their kids around you, and you were doing things with them too. You were having the kids wrestle each other and things like that, and they barely knew each other. You were having it's like, yo, like what the hell? So it's you too, bro. It's not only her.
Random nigga. She's screaming and crying, yo, like, what the fuck, son? Like, I have to deal with this shit. I walk around with this shit in my chest all day, like, yo, in my back of my mind, my nigga, like, a random nigga, my nigga. A random nigga. Let her call that nigga daddy and everything, like, yo. You only knew this nigga a week, he's giving my daughter. Why would a man even want to give a little girl a bath anyway, my nigga?
Well, why would a little man? Why would a man want his son to touch his penis anyway? You know, or why would a man want to inbreed his kids? You know, so as crazy as she is, you're a catalyst for craziness. So I mean, I don't know why you're acting all surprised at these things when you were doing some of the very same things that you're ranting about her doing.
For what? I meet your daughter and she calling me daddy, I'm automatically gonna take her naked and give her a bath? Then you left me and now you pregnant by a random.
Okay, well, I mean, let's be honest. I'm not a fan of his, but on World News's panel, he actually said that, you know, and these were his words, that he actually has his daughter naked around the wives. He says that, you know, he doesn't trust her. He doesn't trust the men to be naked around her, but he does for sure have the women naked around her. He went on and said that, you know, it's cool for white people to do it, but it's not cool when black people do it. So this is just the psyche of this stupid ass nigga. You know, this is just the psyche of him, you know.
Nigga, you don't even know, you ain't got no contact. This nigga don't even want to fuck with you. And then she wanted to have a boy, and she's depressed about not having a boy. She have another girl, she didn't want another girl. I gotta get this shit off my chest, B. I be thinking about this shit all the time. Like, I'm a man, I got a lot on my shoulders, I got a lot on my head, I got a lot going on. And I hold it together, you know what I'm saying? I hold it together, but this is the type of situation right here.
I hold it together, you know what I'm saying? By hold it together. Nigga, you don't hold nothing together. You don't even hold your brain together. I mean, you don't even hold your hair together because you don't have any hair. You know, that's gone.
Your father dying, and then now you in a random fucking hotel with my daughter. You feel me? Like, I hear her in the background, her little voice, like, in my head. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, the fuck going on, B? And y'all watching this shit live and y'all supporting that shit. Yo, I don't even know if my daughter gonna be good, if this chick is even gonna survive the pregnancy. Like, I don't even know what's going. She's so irrational. She out here fucking with all these nut ass. Got my daughter around these white folks. After that, you gonna sell my daughter around these white folks. The universe shut your ass down from being a thought. And when you wasn't pregnant, you was out there fucking the whole New Orleans, and everybody was telling me. I got people that's around her that tell me everything she do. Everything she do in New Orleans, I know. Like, somebody around her tell me everything that's going on.
But at the same time, you smash everything that's moving. You smash everything that comes into your camp. And if you can't smash everything that comes into your camp, then you kick them out.
She don't even know that. Like, they telling me, like, they keep an eye on my daughter. It's like an angel's always letting me know, like, your daughter, you know, what's her name? I knew Pops died as soon as he died. They told me, boom, like, somebody around always telling me what's going on. Like, so I know, that, you know what I'm saying, what's popping. With my daughter, like, making sure my daughter good. Like, I'm watching from a distance because I don't fuck with Velvet. She don't fuck with me, and that's cool, but let's be honest here, man. I'm not taking out of no court, B. I refuse to ask a white man for permission to have I'll take it to y'all. The people is my court. I deal with Allah. I deal with the universe. The nothing.
He needs to stop using the word Allah because Allah has forsaken this man a long time ago. You know, and so he needs to just stop using that word because of the simple fact that Allah has nothing to do with this man. You know, inshallah, Allah is actually just cursing this man more and more and more.
And I deal with the people. I'm talking to y'all to understand what's going on for real here. Like, don't be listening to them crocodile tears. She over there. She did the same thing with me. She always get online crying and all that. Like, the same sob story every fucking time. You gonna try to help her and she gonna do the same thing with you. It's not the help. The help is there. The money is there. Best believe something. Her cash app is full of money right now. She got bread. Yo. She was staying on my people. And the girl told me, like, yo, Velvet on some other shit before she got pregnant and the universe sat her ass down. She was fucking the whole world. She like, yo, she got nigga after nigga after nigga in my house. I'm like, what? She like, yeah, she got nigga after nigga.
I mean, I don't know why he's surprised. I mean, this dude hits everything moving, including trannies. So it's like, I don't know why he's surprised and upset.
Even your daughter over here, your daughter ain't got nobody to watch. The lady already told you, Wanda already told you, she dropped my daughter at Wanda's house and ran after some nigga. And I'm like, yo, so I already know how she carried my baby. To y'all, she's using it to make money, like, but behind the scenes, she neglecting my child. She neglecting my daughter. And she's going through, she done locked herself away from the idea of her, right? And you would have went to Pops and said, Pops, did you hear about Nature Boy dying? How do you feel? What do you think he would have said? What do you think that man would have said about me dying?
He probably would have been happy. I think, like, I can speak for all of us. We would be happy if you did transition, like, soon. You know, I can say that we would be pretty content. You know, I mean, although there's more of you and there's more pretenders of you and there's supporters of you, we can say that you being at the helm of it, we would be pretty content with that.
I would have went and like, yo, did you hear about Nature Boy passed away? He transitioned. What do you think Pops would have said? Answer in the chat. What do you think Pops would have said? He would have been like, good. Good.
Same here with me.
What would have Pops said if you would have came to him and said, Nature Boy died? This nigga passed away.
Y'all would say
What would he
alhamdulillah.
have said? He would have been on my motherfucking neck, mocking. It wouldn't be. And guess what? The haters, they would be sitting there having a party about it. He'd be the talk of the town. Everybody talking about, oh, he died, he da. But Pops would be like smiling. He'd be like happy. Velvet would lose her fucking mind if something happened to me.
I don't know about that.
So why do y'all come to me asking me how I feel about Pops passing away? When this man dedicated his life to destroying mine and taking my daughter from me, he took my child from me.
Well, not really. You kind of were responsible for that, and then it just goes to show you that you don't like to take responsibility for your actions. You beat Velvet senseless, and I mean, obviously, if she has sense, she's gonna stay away from you due to that, So you were responsible for your child being taken away from you.
It's a sticky situation because on one hand you're looking at, okay, well, he went back to his daughter went back to their father, they together. But what about me and my daughter? In the process of all that, what about keeping me from my daughter? Velvet grown. I want to know why nobody feel no sympathy for her keeping my daughter away from me.
Well, if you guys aren't familiar, there was one video of him actually. I'm just going to use this saying that, basically, when he was dancing with his daughter basically gave a dog a bone. And so it was very inappropriate what was occurring during that little sequence. So I think we can speak for everybody when we say that, yeah, it's best for him not to be near his daughter.
Like, I want y'all to sit back and think about that for a minute. I'm not one of these deadbeat fathers. I'm not a deadbeat father.
You're not a deadbeat father. You don't take care of your other kids. How are you not a deadbeat father when you don't even care for your other kids? That's a deadbeat father.
I want to be in my child's life, you feel me? And my daughter is different from my sons because that's my little girl. It's like you got to protect your little girl from this world. Like the little boys, they tough, they can make it. And my sons know me. My daughter probably vaguely remembers me.
Not all your sons. I think the one he had with this girl named Pocahontas has never seen him before. I believe so.
How is she able to go online and get support? How is she able to turn her camera on and get support from y'all? How do y'all support that shit? Regardless if you like me, how do you support that? I mean, I know you probably view it for the views, but who the fuck supports that? Like, yo, my nigga, like, yeah, we respect your relationship with your father, but what about the relationship with his daughter? Like, why you keep him from his daughter? And she keep making up shit. She's trying to use my daughter, like, to hold on to me and play games with me. Because she know I'm not going to go to no white man and ask him for no permission to be with my daughter. I'm not going to no court system. I refuse to ask this cracker, can I have permission to see my daughter?
You know, one thing that he likes to do is he likes to contradict himself so much. You know, the same cracker he goes to, like, talking about, oh, he's gonna do a lawsuit against online bullying and things like that. So when when it's convenient, he'll go to the quote unquote cracker when it can benefit him. Another example is when he actually was in a rut in, I think it was Nicaragua. He went to this white woman who's batshit crazy to pretty much bail him out and help him out of his situation. So he will go to white people when it's convenient or when it can benefit him.
I refuse. I don't deal with the government unless it's my reparations. The government don't owe me shit but some money and some space. I refuse to go ask a cracker and stand before some court as if he higher than me.
So, as you see, the title of this commentary, they're both not fit to be parents. And I'm not saying that the child should be put in some kind of social services or something like that. But, the child will probably be beneficial if it's placed with a relative who has a stability, a sense of sanity, and very good intentions with bringing up kids. But with that being said, as you see, again, the conscious community is no different from the people, the like basically the hood. It's no different. They try to portray themselves as different or light workers or something like that. But as you see, these women, these women will just choose the Pookies, the Ray Rays, the Tyrones, and the Terrells in the conscious community to lay down with, and then just everything goes as usual. But anyhow, that's all I got. Fool is signing out. And shout out, man.